right, and we are back. Welcome back to LWG. This is Jared, and today we have a special game. It's going to be Magnus the Red leading the Thousand Sons against one of my favorite armies to fight against, but we haven't seen them much in 7th, but now in 8th, I think there's going to be a resurgence. The Space Clowns, the Harlequins are back. So it's Space Wizards versus Space Clowns. It's a classic matchup with the Thousand Sons always trying to break into that stinking webway, trying to find their way through. And as I hear, Magnus is now trapped in the webway, so maybe this is kind of like Magnus is trying to get out of the webway and the Harlequins are trying to keep him in there. So I don't know, but we're gonna have fun. So today I'm playing against Josh and his Harlequins, and we are playing the retrieval mission. So here's our board for today, and we got one objective there. We got another objective up on top of the building. There is a third objective over here on the left side, and the other objective is here on the left side. Now, we already rolled up. We're gonna be, I placed the last objective, so I chose the deployment zone of the Hammer and Anvil, which is the long way. So 24 inches from this side over to here is gonna be my deployment zone for the Thousand Sons, and 24 here up to there for the Harlequins. Now, the Harlequins are definitely on the back foot here, having most of the objectives on the left side of the board, but they don't care because they're so stinking fast that they can pretty much be wherever they want. So I'm kind of glad that I won that roll off. So that's the setup, and we're going to be moving into the army breakdown. All right, here we are with the Thousand Sons, their first outing in 8th edition. I'm super excited for this, and as you can see, I've been doing as much work as I can trying to paint these guys up, and I even added a little demon detachment in. But I will apologize in advance. Some of this stuff is slightly proxied yet still for 8th because I'm not quite ready yet, and I did not quite finish painting everything. The Changeling and some of the demons need their bases done. Changeling still needs some work done on them. And some of the T-Sun squads aren't fully complete, but I'm getting there, guys. So don't crucify me too much. But here we go. This is the Thousand Sons. This is 2,000 points, and we're gonna do the army breakdown. So for my warlord today, we're gonna have Magnus the Red. And he is going to have the Tenacious Fighter Warlord trait. And I'm actually really excited. This is gonna be my first outing with the big man here, Big Red. From what I've heard, and from some of my other, well, this is my first real outing with it. I had him in one test game that was like a multiplayer game, and he did really well in it. I think that he's going to be really strong in this edition. He can move really fast. He's got the I think it's a 16-inch movement, and then he could warp time himself and move twice. He has the Super Smite, which he always does D6 damage with his smite, but if he rolls a 10 or higher on his casting attempt, he's going to get 2d6 mortal wounds from the smite. That's just craziness. And the other thing about him that's awesome is he gets the +2 to cast any of his powers. He's just crazy. But even though that stuff sounds crazy, the craziest part of Magnus, and what you really have to watch out for, is his melee attacks. Melee attacks are out of this world. Tons of damage. I think it's strength 16, 7 attacks, hitting on 2s, wounding like everything on 2s, 3 damage with a -4 AP. It's just crazy. He's just a killer. Fitting of the Crimson King. So there he goes for the Warlord today. His second in command is going to be an Exalted Sorcerer on a disc, and he has the Force Stave and an Inferno Pistol for his upgrades. He can cast 2 powers a turn, or yeah, he can cast 2 powers and deny 1 power. Magnus could do 3, I forgot to say that. 3 and 3. They're also Elite Bodyguard is going to be the Scarab Occult Terminators, and they are exactly as you see. The champion has a Force Stave, and there's 4 guys with twin Inferno bolt guns. There's a guy with Hellfire Missile Rack and a Soul Reaper Cannon, and they all have power swords, and champion has a Force Stave. He can cast 1 power a turn. Probably usually going to be, well, yeah, he just casts Smite. Now, as a unit champion, he has the weaker version of Smite, which is going to only do 1 damage if it goes off, or over 10, it'll do D3 damage. All right, and next up, we got a troop choice. Is a Rubric Squad. there's 9 of them and a Soul Reaper cannon. Now, I know I'm going to get a lot of flack for this because a lot of people don't believe that you can take 9 guys and a Soul Reaper cannon. They don't think that you can take a Soul Reaper cannon in anything under 10. However, GW has confirmed with me, I actually talked to them via the Facebook, and I saw them playing it on Warhammer Live last edition, and bear in mind I know it's last edition. The wording of it is worded in such a way that at Games Workshop, and this is what was confirmed to me, that you can indeed take a Soul Reaper cannon in a squad less than 10. So since that was what was told to me, I'm going to be playing it like that until it's cleared up. I know some people are going to find that controversial, and you know what? I don't care, because that's what I'm doing. So I think it's legal. And there's another 9-man Rubric squad, same setup, 1 Soul Reaper cannon. And then there is a Defiler in the heavy support slot. I like him, and as my opponent Josh told me just before this game, and I didn't even realize it, he actually can have the Tzeentch Demon keyword, which will come into play with the Changeling, as we'll see in a bit. But anything with the Tzeentch Demon keyword is going to be very cool in my army. So then as another elite choice here, we've got a Hellbrute and a little proxying. He's armed with a twin las cannon and a missile launcher, and another Hellbrute with a twin las cannon and a missile launcher. I know it looks like a multi-melta, but it's actually going to be a twin las cannon. I love Hellbrutes. I think they do a really good job this edition, clocking in at 147 points for a really good heavy hitting anti-vehicle loadout. So we'll see how they do this game. And then the second HQ choice for my battalion here is going to be the Changeling. I love him because he can take the Tzeentch Demon Discipline, he can cast 1 power turn, and he's got a 9-inch aura that allows you to, all Tzeentch Demons in 9 inches of him get -1 to hit from everything, ranged and melee, which is just great, and that'll combo very well with Magnus. And then there's 2 troop choices there, a squad of Brimstone Horrors and a squad of Blue Horrors. So that is my Thousand Sons list. It is a battalion detachment with a Lord of War auxiliary. So I'll have 3 command points plus being Battle Forged, gives me 6 command points total. Yeah, so there we go. See how they fare against the Harlequins. Alright, and here we are for the army breakdown of the Harlequins. I have been waiting forever to get the Harlequins on the channel. These things are beautifully painted, and I've been waiting forever to show these things off, and we finally get to see them. It's going to be awesome. Alright, so here we go with Josh and his army breakdown.
Alright, so starting off, we have a Troop Master there on the dice. He's going to be my general. He's a legendary fighter, which means +1 attack on the charge. So he'll have 6 attacks. Strength 5, AP -2, 1 damage, which is, you know, he's a little elf. That's pretty good. He's backed up by a troop of 5, each with a fusion pistol and Harlequin's Caress.
Dang!
So a whole bunch of melta in that.
Lots of shooting, yes.
6-inch range though, but we'll see how that goes. They're pretty fast. And then next to them is a Shadow Seer, rocking out the Mist Stave and just the regular Shuriken pistol, because I think the Neuro Disruptor is Garbaggio. And he's rocking the power of Twilight Pathways, which is basically like warp time for chaos. Let's a unit move twice in a turn, basically.
Very good power.
And then we'll go over to the right now. We have a unit of 4 Skyweaver jet bikes. They're rocking Shuriken cannons and Zephyr Glaives. Zephyr Glaives is pretty nice. Strength 4, AP -3, 2 damage. I could be misquoting. We'll play it right in the game. So there's 4 of those guys rocking.
And they are the Miami Dolphins.
They're the Miami Dolphins colors.
Right.
Yes.
Okay.
They got a little bump. They got +1 wound as opposed to last edition, and they're the same price. So A+ on that. Then below them we have another troop squad of 5 rocking fusion pistols and caresses, and then another troop master kitted out the same way as the general. Now all these squads of 5 and 1 troop master are all going to be rocking out in these amazingly painted Star Weavers here.
Fantastic.
So these are their transports, and they're kitted out as they have to be with 2 Shuriken cannons. They can carry 6 guys. So there's 3 of those for the 3 squads of 5 and a troop master.
Amazing.
There's a lone death jester up here.
Okay.
we'll see how he goes. I'm not too impressed with them yet. Yeah, not too impressed with them, but
they have that effect on making more guys run away, or
no, they make. I can if he shoots at a unit and that unit has someone fail a morale test, he gets to choose the first guy that runs away, which could be really awesome. But when facing leadership 9 guys, making them run away is pretty hard.
Right. Well, it might, you know, and if it does work though, you could like make my sorcerer run away. Yeah, yeah.
Or the soul reaper, or the cannon.
So that can be really strong.
It can be really strong, but we'll see. Down below him, another unit of 5 with the Troop Master. They're all kitted out the same way. Fusion pistols, Harlequin's Caress, and all of them. We have another unit of 4 jet bikes over here, kitted out with Zephyr Glaives and Shuriken Cannons, the same exact way. And then in the back here, we have a lone squad of 8 Harlequins. They're going to be running around transportless.
They're naked.
We'll see how that goes.
Okay.
They're not really naked because they still have fusion pistols and caresses.
They're naked clowns. We're going with that.
The star of the show in the middle.
There he is.
Solitaire. Who has 8 attacks base.
What are these?
With a kiss and a caress. No shooty weapon at all. But
he's got that crazy move. Yeah.
He moves 12 all the time, but on a blitz he moves an extra 2d6 and then can charge, and his attack characteristics is 10 on a blitz turn.
Crazy.
So +2 attacks on a blitz.
So he's like the hitman of the hitman. Okay.
Multiple wounds, all that good stuff.
And this army just looks beautiful. So yeah, now as always with a new person on the channel, I want to make sure that I get to know and that the YouTube gets to know people that are in our club. So how did you, should we do the how did you get into 40K question, or what's the best faction in 40K?
What's the best faction in 40K?
Yeah, of all the fluff, all the lore, the best.
That's an easy one. We're looking at it.
Oh, okay, you're gonna go with it.
Oh yeah.
I mean, not everybody plays what they think is the best army, so why do you think the Harlequins are the best?
Oh, they rock the webways. They are the masters of all space, basically. They are in the process of completely destroying Slaanesh. That's probably why he's so decimated in the lore this time around.
Okay.
Because it's all about these guys. Now keep in mind, I love Slaanesh too. But
it's true. You are a man of many tastes.
I play the Noise Marines too, which are pretty cool. But yeah, they're just cool. I've always been attracted to them.
Cool.
Space clowns, like legit space clowns.
Yeah.
Putting on troop dances and all that good stuff.
And I am excited because it is a classic matchup, the Thousand Suns versus the Guardians of the Webway. And we're always trying to break into that Webway. So I know Armand's not here. He would be perfect for this battle, but I didn't have the points. But yeah, cool. It was good to see your army, and yeah, we'll move on to deployment. All right, here we are after deployment, and the Harlequins, unsurprisingly, have finished deploying first. So, what do we got here? All right, so from the Harlequin perspective, we've got a Star Weaver back here with the Troop Master and the Harlequins in there, the Harlequin troop, and with all their fusion pistols back in there. We've got the Solitaire here on the left flank. What are these guys called again? The jet bikes? Skyweavers. Skyweaver jet bikes here. Squad of 4 of them there. We've got another squad of 4 Skyweavers here holding down the middle. We've got the naked clowns in the middle with no transport, and then the other 2 Star Weavers with the Harlequin troops there, and the he's sneaky Death Jester up there on the top. They have a nice view of the battlefield. There's a little bit of line of sight blocking terrain down the middle, which did actually have an effect on my deployment. But in Thousand Suns deployment on this side, we've got the Blue Horrors and the Thousand Sun Rubric squads, backed up by a Hellbrute, locking down this objective here. The Exalted Sorcerer supporting them in the back with his reroll 1's invulnerable save aura. Magnus the Red with a commanding view of the battlefield. The Changeling strategically positioned to be giving all the Horrors and the Defiler and Magnus -1 to hit for all the Harlequins. And then another troop of Rubrics another Hellbrute, and the Brimstone Horrors. So that's what we got here for the deployment. Pretty straightforward deployment. I do have the majority of the objectives on my side, with 2 being in my deployment zone, 1 being on the top of the building, and the Harlequins have 1 down here. Oh, I forgot, and my Scarab Occult Terminators are in the Teleportarium. They are in Deep Strike Reserve and will be arriving whenever my turn is. So, that being said, the all-important seize the initiative roll. Can the Thousand Sons seize the initiative? Here we go. That's a 2. Do I want to re-roll it? I don't think I'm gonna. I'm gonna let the Harlequins go first, and we'll see what they have going into Harlequins turn 1. All right, Eldar Harlequins, turn 1 movement. They're all advancing down the field, going up close to the Thousand Sons lines. They want to, I think, get some turn 1 charges here. That's the plan. And this is just crazy because you're talking turn 1 charges from an army that's actually really good in close combat on the Hammer and Anvil deployment. It's crazy. Look how, I mean, just look how fast that they're moving. Like, that is just nuts. So all of them are advancing. Jet bikes in the vanguard, Star Weavers with all the Harlequins pulling up the rear, and then we've got the Shadow Weaver, is that what that is? Shadow Seer, and the Naked Clowns going up the middle. They are kind of abandoning their rear objective. I think the goal is to just overwhelm us and hopefully slay us, so you don't even have to worry about objectives. That sounds like what the plan is. So there you go. We're moving into the Eldar Harlequins cycle. All right, Eldar Harlequins, turn 1 psychic phase. What did they do? They cast the Twilight Pathways, which is the same as Warp Time, which allows a unit in 3 inches to move again. The poor Shadow Seer did Perils of the Warp, suffering 1 wound, but he did make the Naked Clowns move up the field again. Now, it's unclear to us, but I don't see why not. We're just going to go with it. Since you do move as if it's the movement phase, we did say, hey, why not? He can advance. So he did an advance roll and moved 14 inches with the Naked Clown. So from back behind that ruins over there, they went all the way through the ruins, and they're now amongst the jet bikes, keeping pace with them. Amazing. Harlequins, turn 1 shooting. So we've got the, what is this?
Shuriken cannons.
This is from the Skyweaver jet bikes. Yes. What squad is this? This is the, what football team is it?
Seahawks.
This is the Seattle Seahawks Skyweaver, Starweaver, whatever the heck they are. Harlequin jet bikes shooting into the Rubric Marines over here. So they've rolled, they got their dice. You need force to hit. Nice, nice. And they are toughness 4.
Strength 6, so 3.
Okay. So 4 wounds? Yep. So 4 wounds to the, 5 wounds. 5 wounds to the Rubric squad. And since they are, none of them were the extra additional or AP value. So the Rubrics have a 2-up save because they're all as dust plus 1. So 2-up saves for the Rubrics and 2 go down. Not bad, not bad. All right, the Dolphins jet bikes are shooting into the same Rubric Marine squad right here. And so same thing. Here we go. 3's the hit. 4's the hit because you moved, right? Oh, you did the advance. Yep. Nice roll. And 3's the wound.
3 of these will be -3 AP.
6 wounds total, and 2 or 3 of them are -3 AP. Nice. Okay, so I'll do the. Do you want me to do the 2-up save ones first? So the rubrics 2-up save from the 3 wounds. Good, and then they have a. These are still damage 1. They're just -3, so it's actually -2 because I could still get +1. Right, so it's -3 to my save, but I get +1, so it's actually a -2, which gives me a 4-up save for these 3.
5.
Made them all.
5.
I made them all, though.
Right,
Yeah.
still 5.
All right, 3 minus 2. I can do maths. So, so there's that. So the first squad was pretty effective. Second one, not so. So next shooting. So we got this Star Weaver now is firing all its guns into the rubrics. So what weapons do you got here?
2 cannons, so 6 shots.
2 star cannons. Is that what they're called? All right, 2 star cannons, 6 shots. 3s to wound.
3 wounds, no armor in.
So 3 wounds on the rubric. 2-up save for all his dust. Good. All right, the Skyweaver fired its other all of its guns into the rubrics. The first volley didn't do anything, and the second volley did 5 wounds, and we have a 2-up save. We're good. Next, and then the last for the shooting phase is the Death Jester, doing the single shot mode into the rubric squad down here. So he's got how many shots? He got the Death Jester with his Shrieker mode shot. He's got 1 shot, and he needs
Hitting on 2s.
hitting on a 2. Hits, and it's a 6 to hit. Does that mean something special? Nope, nothing special. 6 to wound is something special. So here we go.
Just the wound.
Just 1 wound, no armor, just normal armor save.
But if you fail it, you take a D3 mortal wounds.
Oh, geez, okay. So what's just normal save? 2 up. Got it. Cool, so that was the entire Harlequin's shooting phase, and I thought it was decent. I mean, you didn't have a ton of shooting, but you did chop down 2 rubrics, which is saying something. So, but the durability of the Thousand Suns is on display here, I think, today. But now we're going to be moving into the assault phase, which I believe is the Harlequin's favorite phase. So here we go. All right, after the Harlequins turn 1 charges, all the bikes, all the Harlequins, all the clowns, they made it into the blue horror wall that's up in front there. Now, I was kind of unwise and not smart, and they did sneak through the lines a little bit because the Harlequins kind of ignore terrain when they ignore everything when they're moving. And they did pull my my rubric squad in there, so they won't be able to shoot. But you know what? I think I'm okay with that because they won't. At least they won't be striking the rubrics, and they would have, if I didn't have that screen of blues, they would have been in, because he rolled 2 of his charge rolls were 12. So man, the speed of the Harlequins is on display here. So he's going to do his swings with all of these guys that made charges, and I'm sure they're going to obliterate my blue horrors. So we didn't film it because it was kind of obligatory, but all of those Harlequins went in on the blue horrors, and wouldn't you know, with the changelings -1 to hit, plus their 4-up invuln save, all those Harlequins only managed to kill 5 blue horrors.
The truth didn't get to swing.
Because the way I pulled them off, here's a tactical moment. There were blue horrors in here, for those of you that care to know these kind of things. He swung with the jet bikes first and killed 4. So I pulled the 4 blue horrors from here, which made it so that the Harlequin troop squad there was unable to actually get into base to base, so he lost all the attacks for them. And then the other jet bike squad down here was unable to finish off the remaining 5 blue horrors. However, I do have a leadership test to make to see if they run a. So here we go. I lost 5. Their leadership 7.
Nothing.
So nobody runs. The blue horrors hold the line, and there you have it. 50 points of troops holds the line. So going now into, we did the consolidating in for the Harlequins, and now we're going to be moving into the Thousand Suns turn 1. All right, Thousand Suns, turn 1 movement. A lot of shifting, a lot of foresight needed to see what we're going to do in this battle. Hopefully Tzeentch is praised. So what happened? The blue horrors fell back, making a screen around the objective in front of the Hellbrute there. The reason I did that and didn't hold them up in combat is because it doesn't matter for Harlequins. They can just fall back out of combat and shoot an assault. Is it Rising Crescendo is what it's called? And a fantastic rule. So I figured, hey, what's the point in being locked in there and unable to shoot that squad when I could just fall back and then try to put a bunch of shots into them. So they did that. The Rubric squad, which was tied up, fell back to make room for Magnus the Red coming in. I think he's going to be doing a horrific amount of damage right here. Not what the hell the Harlequins are looking forward to. The Exalted Sorcerer on the disc moved over here for support behind the Hellbrute. The Defiler moved down the mountain to get in range. Maybe he can assault something. Changeling tucked in nice and cozy there behind Magnus, giving him the -1 to hit. The Rubric squad advancing up the field on the left flank. Hellbrutes both staying still to get the 3+ to hit. And the Brimstone Horrors did a nice big 6-inch move to get downfield and just cause some chaos, because that's what they do. That's what we like. And then, much to Josh's chagrin, he didn't see it coming.
Not at all.
The assault out of Deep Strike from the Scarab Occult, catching him off guard and appearing on his back objective 12 inches away from his Psyker. And guess who's the closest target? That was a sneaky Tzeentch move there. Josh didn't see that one coming, so we caught the yeah, he's kind of angry. He's a little salty, but hey, he just went across me and charged me turn 1 on Hammer and Anvil. Alright, so first thing in the Psychic phase, the Blue Horrors are going to cast Smite. Their closest unit to them is the Miami Dolphins Harlequins, and with Horrors they have a special way to cast. They only roll 1 dice, and on a 5 they can cast Smite. So here we go. Need a 5 up to cast. Nope, I'm not going to use a command dice to re-roll that. The Brimstones over here, they're going to be casting Smite. The closest target to them is the Miami Dolphins Starweaver. So on a 5+, the Smite for the Brimstones. Now, if the Brimstones successfully cast, one of them explodes, which is hilarious. So here we go, 5+. Nope, no cast there. Oh man, just not going well. Next up, we're going to do Smite with the Exalted Sorcerer. Closest unit to him is the Miami Dolphins Jet Bikes. So he needs a 5 to cast that. He does. Wow, my dice are just not good. I am going to actually use one of my 6 command points to re-roll this dice. So, yep, goes off on a 7. So that'll be D3 mortal wounds on the bikes. So 2 mortal wounds on them, and they have 2 wounds each, right?
3 wounds each.
3 wounds each. So 2 wounds down. Next, the Rubric squad that fell back, the closest target to them is the Blue Jet Bikes. He's going to cast his version of Smite, and it goes off on a 7, which is 1 mortal wound to them. And then over here, this Rubric Sorcerer is in 18 inches. He's going to cast Smite, and I think the closest visible for him is yeah, it's definitely the Blue Jet Bikes, closest visible for Smite. And this is from the Rubric Sorcerer. Here we go. So another mortal wound goes through on them. And then the Changeling has 1 cast. And the Changeling, tucked in behind the Magnus there, is going to do Smite, and the closest target is the Harlequins on foot. Does not go off on a 5. I'm not going to re-roll that. Darn it. Okay, well. Oh, and then over here, the Aspiring Sorcerer here, or the Scarab Occult Sorcerer, is going to do Smite on the Shadow Seer. Does not go off. Wow, I'm rolling really bad. Really bad. And Magnus the Red is going to do Smite, and it's on the foot troop there. So here we go. He gets +2 to his cast. Man, my dice are just really betraying me today, but still goes off with Magnus the Red Smite, and it's going to do D6 mortal wounds. 2. I'm going to use a command point to Oh, that's right. I can only use 1 a turn. So 2 mortal wounds on the foot guys right here. Yep. So 2 of them go down. Magnus is also going to do. He's going to do the Infernal Gaze on the foot troop there. This is a casting value of 5 as well. Wow. Wow. So Magnus takes D3 mortal wounds, takes 3, and this literally is the worst psychic phase I've ever seen in the history of time. And then Magnus will do his last power, and I'm never touching those dice ever again. He's gonna do warp time on the, no, we're not gonna do warp time at all. I'm not even gonna risk it, because I'll probably perils and hurt myself even more. So that's the abysmally terrible psychic phase of the Thousand Suns going into shooting. All right, first up in the shooting phase, the Hellbrute is going to put his twin las cannon and his missile launcher with crack missile into the Starweaver there. And he needs, since it's -1 to hit Starweavers, he needs, from the Mirage launchers, he needs force to hit, and the purple ones are going to be the las cannon. So 1 hit from a las cannon, and it's a 3 to wound. Nothing. Wow. Goodbye, dice. We're using new ones. We're going to do the same thing with this Hellbrute here. Same target. 2 las cannons, 1 hit, 1 crack missile, 1 hit. So 1 las, 1 missile hit. Las wounds on a 3. Yes, that's a 6, and wounds on a 3 with the missile. So 1 -3 and 1 -2 on the Miami Dolphins.
It's just going to be 4 up in bones.
4 up in bones, both D6 damage. Yep. They both go through. Come on, double 6s. No, 5 damage goes through on that one. And how many does he have left?
They have 6. He's got 1 left.
Dang, they're kind of squishy.
Yeah,
cool. That's not too bad. Hey, just because we can, the Exalted Sorcerer is going to shoot his pistol at the Miami Dolphins jet bikes. He does hit on a 6, and they're tough 4, so wounds on a 4. Nope, no wound there. And other shooting. Next up is the Defiler. He's going to be putting his twin heavy flamer into the foot clowns, and the battle cannon and the Reaper cannon are going to be going into the Miami Dolphins jet bikes. So first up, 2d6 hits from the heavy flamer. Holy moly, that's 11 hits. Jeez.
7.
All right, so the twin heavy flamer, 11 hits and wounding on 3s. That's a good roll right there. So that is 9 wounds, right? 9 -1s on the Harlequins. 4 up in Vol. Not too shabby. It's about right. Yeah, it's about right. So there's 2 left there. I'll take that. That's good. And next up is the battle cannon. So next up is the battle cannon. D6 shots. 1. I predict that this is going to do nothing, because his battle cannon into the Mirage launcher dudes is going to be, since he's ballistic skill 4 and he moved, and this is a heavy weapon, that's 5, plus the Mirage launchers, he hits on a 6 with the battle cannon. Nope, no wound on a 1. And then the Reaper cannon on the Defiler, hitting on 6s. Hey, I hit once. Strength 7, so wounded on 3s. That is a wound at -1. And that's a save on a 6. Cool. So that's the Defiler shooting. He did pretty good into the foot ones. It's that the heavy flamer is the only thing that works. So yeah, that's a good weapon there. Next up we're going to shoot is going to be the Rubric. All right, so the Rubric squad is going to be firing their Inferno bolt guns and their Soul Reaper cannon down here into the Harlequins. The front 3 guys do have visual line of sight to the foot clowns, the naked clowns, so they're going to be rapid firing into them. The rest of the squad, including the Sorcerer's Inferno pistol, are going into the blue jet bikes. So the front 3,000 Suns rapid firing their 6 shots into the foot Harlequins, hitting on 3s, re-rolling 1s from Magnus' aura. Okay. And wounding on 3s. So just 1. And he saves it. Cool. And then we've got 7 Inferno bolt shots into the jet bikes. These are hitting on 4s because of the Mirage launchers. No rerolls from Magnus. Wounding on 4s. So 4 -2s so far, and we'll also throw the Soul Reaper Cannon in here, hitting on 4s. Okay, and failed 1, and re-rolling the 1 from Magnus, misses again. And the Soul Reaper Cannon wounds on 3s, because it's strength 5. So you got 3 -2s and 3 -3s on the jet bikes.
4 up invuln.
4 up invuln.
On these jet bikes?
Yep. So failed 3. 3 wounds go through. Cool. All right, we got the Scarab Occult up next, and they're going to be firing into the Shadow Weaver?
Shadow Seer.
Shadow Seer! Weavers, Seers, I can't keep it straight. So we've got 4 twin Inferno bolt guns, 4 shots each. He doesn't have Mirage launchers. This is going to be brutal. So hitting on 3s. All right, not too shabby. And
-1 to wound from my special abilities so far.
so -1 to wound puts me at 4s to wound. Not too bad, not too bad. So it looks like 6 -2s on him.
So 4 ups invulnerables.
He dead.
He saves 3 of them and takes 3.
Oh, does he have 4 wounds or 3 wounds?
5 wounds.
He's got 1 left. If my smite would have worked, I would have got him. Oh, that's disappointing right there. Okay, well then the Soul Reaper Cannon is actually going to be split firing into the wounded Star Weaver. So it's -1 to hit, so he hits on 4s with this. So that's 2 hits. So strength 5 versus toughness 5. I need 4s to wound. 2 go through at -3. Does he bring him down? Nope. And then the missile launchers. 1 hit. Wounds on a 3. That's another wound. Does he make another 4 up? No! Star Weaver goes down. Does it explode? Roll the dice. No, doesn't explode. How many dudes are inside? 6 dudes inside, so you have to roll. I think the way it works now is you just roll 6 dice and you pick the ones that die if you roll a 1. So
1 guy dies.
So 1 dude dies and you don't have to pick your character. I'm pretty sure that's the way it works in 8. So cool. Good job, Scarab Occult. All right. The turn 1 Thousand Suns shooting phase has concluded, and the psychic phase was abysmal, which really hurt. But the shooting phase, I think, made up for it. We did pretty good. We did some wounds onto the bikes, although they're really tough with the 3 wounds. 3 wounds each is just crazy on those things. And then we had the Scarab Occult did okay. I really would have liked them to take down that Seer, but that's okay. And then we did blow up that Star Weaver there. So we're moving into the assault phase. All right, after the Thousand Suns turn 1 charges, as you can see, it's getting real over here on this side. The Magnus the Red made his big charge of 10, jumping over. I was kind of scared of this because it kind of exposes him to the Harlequins, but he was, I mean, you're so fast you could get him anyway at this point. So I figured I'm just gonna go in and hopefully mess some stuff up. Exalted Sorcerer also made his charge into the squad of bikes there. Changeling was back here, and I was debating whether I should just not charge him to keep him safe. But if I did that, then Magnus would have been out of the -1 to hit aura. So I did it, and I made it. And there goes the Changeling in to give everybody the aura. And the Defiler with a big 10-inch charge was able to contact both squads there. So we got a lot of charges coming in. Over here on this side, these guys tried to do an 11-inch charge on the Shadow Seer, but failed, and nothing was done in Overwatch. In fact, nothing was done in Overwatch at all. The only 1 wound was done to Magnus, and he made the save. So, all in all, looking pretty good going into Thousand Suns turn 1 combat. So obviously I'm going to do Magnus first. He has 7 attacks, hitting on 2s. They all hit.
Wounded on 2s.
Wounded on 2s, because I think strength 16 is more than double tough 4, right? Yeah, we got that. Strength 16 overkill. 2s coming in. So we got 5 -4s that do 3 damage each coming through on those bikes. Let's finish these things off with they got their 4 up invulnerable save.
I moved 3 inches back.
3?
3 of them, so 2 died.
2 dead. Not too shabby. So Magnus brings down 2 of the Harlequin bikers. So looking at here, he's gonna Josh is gonna break in using 2 of his command points to break in and use the the jet bikes here to he's gonna try to assassinate the Changeling and the Exalted Sorcerer. So what he's doing, because even though he's in base with Magnus and this guy's in base with the Sorcerer, what the rules say is you can attack through any models that are within 1 inch of you and also within 1 inch of the enemy. So he can take this guy's attacks and this guy's attacks, fight through and actually attack the Changeling with 2 models, which is 6 attacks, and then he's going to use this guy's attacks to fight through this guy onto the Sorcerer. So 3 on the Changeling, or excuse me, 6 on the Changeling, 3 on the Sorcerer. Here we go. What do you need?
3's normally, but -1 because he's the Changeling.
So on the Changeling, 4's the hit.
Ooh, that really saved your booty.
So 3 hits?
4. Tough 3, so 3's to wound. 2 wounds.
2 wounds going through on the Changeling, and they are...
-2 AP.
So he's got a 4 up. 4 up invuln. Sticks them both. Tricky, tricky Changeling. So then the final biker onto my Exalted Sorcerer. Yep.
Tough, strength 4, tough.
He actually is Tzeentch Demon, so it would be -1 to hit on him. But I think you hit him. Yeah.
Is he tough 5 or tough 4?
He is tough 4, I believe. Yep.
2 wounds.
2 wounds go through. Then he excuse me, AP value.
They're -2 AP.
So -2 puts him down to a 3. He has a 5 up invuln save. So, and he can re-roll 1s on this from Magnus. So, takes 2 wounds.
And they're 2 damage apiece.
Oh, geez. 2 damage apiece, so he has 1 wound left. 4 damage through on the Exalted. Cool. Well done, bikers. Moving on to the next Thousand Sun unit. Yeah, it would have been good to change the Yeah. Would have been good to kill the Changeling, but alas, 'tis not to be. So next up is going to be Defe. He's attacking into the jet bikes. He has 3 attacks, hitting on 4s.
1 hit.
1 hit. 1 hit. I can't re-roll those. And then it's like strength a bazillion. So wounding on 2s. So that is a wound, and it is -3, right? -3 and D6 damage. So do you make your invuln save? He does. 60 invuln save on a 6. Cool. So Defe fails, like the loser he is. And moving on to the Exalted Sorcerer. So Exalted Sorcerer's up next. He has 4 attacks, hitting on 2s. Cool. And he's strength 6, and those are, yeah, so wounded on 3s on the bikes. Utter failure! So 1 at -1. Makes it. Come on, guys, you got to do better than this. And then his Disc of Tzeentch gets to go next. It hits on a 2. It wounds on a 4, because it's strength 4. Nope, nothing from that. All right, the Changeling is going to morph the Trickster Staff into a Harlequin's Caress, because he can change his staff into the weapon of an infantry model that's in 1 inch of him. So he chooses the Trickster Staff. He has 2 attacks, and he hits on 3s? 4s. 4s? He hits on 4s. 2. This is into the bikes too. That's 2 sick. The Changeling's doing better than everybody else. And his strength 5, so wounded on 3s. 1 wound gets through, and it's -. Take 1 wound on the bikes. They already had a wound on one of them. So, goes down to suffering 2. Changeling, melee MVP. So overall, that was a atrociously bad turn from the Thousand Suns. Hopefully we can turn this game around. Hopefully Magnus doesn't die here, because all these bikes are just going to move out and start sniping us and stuff. So next up, Harlequins get to do their melee, and it's the orange bikes into Magnus. So they got 6 attacks.
-1 to hit, right?
Yep, -1 from the Changeling.
So 4s.
Cool, cool. So 3 hits. He's toughness 7.
Yep. So 5's to wound.
5's the wound.
1.
Just 1 wound, and it is
-2 AP.
So that puts him at his 4 up invuln save, rerolling 1. So 4 up, makes the save. Magnus sticks it. And then the infantry clowns are going to be up next.
I think they're just going to try to kill.
So the clowns onto the Changeling. They got 4 attacks each.
Only hitting on 3s.
-1.
So 4s.
Hitting on 4s. That was pretty good. Good job, Changeling.
Strength 5.
Wounding on 3s.
Tough. Yeah, I'm not double. So wounding on 3s.
So 3 wounds, 1 damage each.
Yep.
But he has a 4 up invuln. Changeling sticking all 3. Madness. Madness and trickery from Tzeentch. So all in all, we had a terrible combat phase to both of us. So,
4 wounds to the sorcerer.
I guess against the sorcerer he did really good. He's almost out of the fight.
Did he kill anything in combat?
Magnus took out 2 bikes, right? Yeah. So that was pretty good. But we'll do the morale phase. All right, the naked clowns on foot. They lost 6 guys this turn from our count.
Leadership 8.
Leadership 8.
D6.
D6.
Lost 6.
Oh boy.
3. I'll lose 1.
So 1 more clown runs away, and then all the bikes, they didn't lose enough to even fail leadership, so they're staying. So that's that. Moving into Harlequin's turn 2. All right, and after the Harlequins turn 2, movement phase, they're doing what Harlequins do, moving fast, jumping in and out of combat, lightning strikes. So all the bikes moved out of combat. As you can see, they're arrayed thusly. All the guys got out of their transports that were back here, moved up the field. You're real close to Magnus. And you did your advances too, right? Yeah, you moved in advance. The Star Weavers.
Nothing advanced.
Oh, nothing advanced. You just got there without even doing your advance. Nice. Star Weavers moving up to lend fire support. The Solitaire, you can see him in there just above Magnus's hand. He did his blitz move, moving a total of 21 inches. So right there, he's going to try to assassinate the Changeling, I think. And then the other Jet Bike squad moved over here. And on this side of the board, all the characters, the Death Jester and the Shadow Seer, are fleeing from the might of the Scarab Occult. So, cool, that's what it is. They're fleeing, tactically fleeing. So that's that. First shot of the game is going to be that foot Harlequin with his fusion pistol into the Changeling, because he's in combat, but he can still use his pistol. -1 to hit.
4 up to hit. 6 hits.
That's a hit. Need a 2 to wound.
2 to wound. 2 wounds.
That's a wound on a 2. 4 up invuln. Changeling makes it again. That tricksy Changeling. Cool, so who's up next? Next up is a squad of 5 infantry with fusion pistols firing into Magnus the Red. Need a 4 to hit. -1 from the Changeling. So 2 hits, and you need 3s to wound. So 2 wounds go through on Magnus, dropping him to his 4 up invulnerable. 4 up invulnerable, rerolling 1s. Rerolling 1s. So 1 goes through. How much damage?
6.
6 damage. Holy moly. So dropping Magnus down to 9 wounds. So the Troop Master firing in. Is this a fusion pistol again? So 4 to hit.
2 up. So
3 up to hit. Nope. He misses with his fusion pistol. Next one up.
Troop Master.
Same thing. So that's a hit. And wounds on a 3. And I got a 4 up. Made to save.
And then the last Troop Master.
The last Troop Master firing into Magnus. Hits on a 4. Wounds on a 6. 4 up invuln. Re-rolling 1s. I'm going to use my command roll. Why not? All right, we'll just say it goes through. Go ahead, blast him. I don't think you can re-roll a re-roll, because that doesn't make any sense. So go for it. How much damage is done to Magnus?
Check and see if he's within 3.
Damage on Magnus, 3 damage. So Magnus has suffered 12 wounds so far from the shooting. 4 more fusion pistols into Magnus. Hitting on 4s. So 3 hits, wounding on 3s. 3 wounds, this is it. Magnus is gonna die. 4 up. Reroll 1s. Uh-oh, he's gonna die right here. 6 damage, I think that's it, right? How many did he have left?
He had 12, and he took 6 more, so 18.
That's it. Magnus is dead from fusion pistols. So we got the Miami Dolphins shooting into, we did measure it up. The closest unit, he wants to shoot the Sorcerer, but the closest unit is the Blue Horrors. So they're hitting on -1. -1, so 4 hits, and wounding on probably 3s, right?
Toughness, or strength 6.
Oh, so you're wounding on 2s, yep. So 3, and they have a 4 up invulnerable save.
Rerolling 1s.
No, they don't reroll 1s.
Oh, Magnus is dead.
Yeah. Well, he wouldn't do that to them. He only does that to Thousand Suns. So 2 Blue Horrors down. We'll do this guy and this guy.
6 shots from the purple guy
This one?
into the
Starweaver into the blues. Starweaver into the blues. And it's still -1 to hit. So, dang, your dice rolls are on fire.
2s to wound.
Yep.
5 wounds.
So 5 wounds through on the blues. 2 more go down.
Can you measure? Maybe we need to measure who's closest to.
So the other Starweaver is firing into the Rubric Marines now because he again wants to shoot that Exalted Sorcerer, but I saved this guy for last so that he was always the closest, so you can't target the Exalted. But into the Rubrics, here we go. These are not -1 to hit. And they are toughness 4, so wounded on 3s. So 4 get through, and I get my 2-up save, right?
Yep.
2-up save. So 1 Rubric goes down, and we'll pick this guy. Next we got the jet bikes firing into the Rubrics again, and they're hitting on 3s.
Wounding on 3s. 6s are Wrens. Nope, just
So just 4 2-ups on the Rubrics. Another one goes down, just peppering them, plinking them down. Shuriken Pistol from the Shadowseer into the Brimstones.
2+ to hit.
That's a hit. They're toughness 3.
Strength 4.
That is a wound on a 4. 4-up invuln. Makes it. 1 shot from the Death Jester's Shrieker. Hits.
2 to wound is a strength 6.
That is a wound. So 4-up invuln save. Nope. Kills it.
Failed the 4-up invuln save, so special on this is D3 mortal wounds now.
Just 1.
1 more mortal wound.
So 2 guys die?
Yep.
2 Brimstones explode from extra damage from the Death Jester. Cool. Is that all the shooting? All right, so that's all the shooting from the Harlequins. It was a massive turn. They put a bazillion pistols into Magnus and killed him. In hindsight, it was a bad move to move over there. I should have just stayed in the back. I knew it when I did it, but yeah, it's probably all she wrote because my dice have betrayed me horribly. But going into the Harlequins charge phase. All right, so the charge phase, turn 2 for the Harlequins. They pull out, they do their feint attacks, and they come back in. So the jet bikes over here, they fired, oh, we already did their shooting. So their charges, they went into the blue horror there. The one Packmaster, Troop Master from back here made a 10-inch charge, and he's in there, the guy with the white hair. He made it up into there. It was interesting over here. The front squad of 4 Harlequins tried to charge the Thousand Sons and the Defiler. The Thousand Sons cutting down, I think 2. One of the 4 went down from Overwatch. Then the second squad of Harlequins tried to charge them and cut down 2 of them. So the Thousand Sons rubrics coming in strong in the Overwatch there, but those 2 squads did. Then they did not roll high enough to even make it into the Thousand Sons, but they did make it to the Defiler there. And then over here, Overwatch was ineffectual, and the Jet Bike squad made it into the rubrics in the backfield. So here we go. The Harlequins are going to go and they're going to murder everything. Clown murder phase, turn 2. So the Troop Master goes first and slays the Exalted Sorcerer. He did 3 wounds to him with his 5 attacks, and 2 got through. So he only had 1 wound left, and he's dead.
Time.
Solitaire's up. I guess he's going on the Changeling?
Yep, he's attacking.
Actually, I have 2 command points left.
Okay.
2 command points left. I think I am going to use them to interrupt. We're going to interrupt, and the Rubric squad is going to go. They're going to pile in on the bikes and go. So using my last 2 command points, we got 4 Rubrics. They hit on 3s. So that's 3 hits there, and they wound on 4s. So 2 wounds go so far from the normal rubrics. It's just your normal armor, and then the 4th stave from the Aspiring Sorcerer. He's gonna hit on 3s, 1 hit, and then he wounds on 3s with strength 6. So that's 1 at -1 with D3 damage, and 2 normal saves.
Normal saves first. Save both of them.
Yeah. And
D3 damage save. Save
of course,
well.
Cool. Friggin' clowns! Alright, clowns are coming back. The solitaire attacks and hits. He has his 10 attacks, right?
Yep.
And he missed 2. Even though he usually hits on 2s because the changeling is -1 to hit. So that's 8 hits going in, and he wounds on
3s.
Wounds on 3s, re-rolling from the Troop Master.
So 7 wounds.
So 7 wounds get through on the
These are
changeling.
D3 damage apiece.
So he's gonna die horribly, but he has a 4-up invuln save. So wow, only 2 get through on the changeling. D3 damage. Hold on, let me get D3 damage each. You only do 4 damage to him, which just so happens to be how many wounds he has left, and the changeling is dead. And the Thousand Sons force is quickly being obliterated. Next Harlequin unit. All the clowns going in on Defi did 9 wounds of damage, even though they needed 5s. So Defiler has a 5-up invulnerable save against these. So he saves 4, suffers 4 damage. Not too bad. Or saves 5. Save 5. So suffers 4 damage on the Defiler. Not too bad, Defi, but too bad you don't have enough attacks to do anything worthwhile back. So who's up next?
Jetbike's all I got left here. And then
So Jet Bike's into the Thousand Sons, hitting on 3s with Murder Glaives.
strength 4, toughness 4, wounding 4s.
4s.
Ooh, that's terrible. 2 wounds.
Just 2 wounds on the T-Sons. These do 2 damage at -2, which puts them down to their 5-up invuln save. Of course, I failed 2. 2 guys dead from the Thousand Sons squad. The 2 Harlequin heroes into the Brimstone Horrors ended up killing only 1 Brimstone Horror. Hilarious. So that's that. Alright, the Defiler is going in. He's going to split his attack. He's going to put 1 attack on this solo clown here, infantry. And he's going to put 2 attacks on the Troop Master that's standing there. So into the Troop Master, Defa hitting on 4s. That's 1 hit on the Troop Master, wounding on a 2. That is a wound at -3, D6 damage. Of course he makes it. And then on the other clown, that's a miss. Alright, and the Brimstones failing to do any damage there at the top of the field. Harlequin's turn 2 combat phase was a resounding success. They gutted the center of my army. I have no guns left. I have no units left. And there's no way I'm going to be able to fight my way out of this. So we'll see. Going into Thousand Sons turn 2. After the Thousand Sons turn 2 movement phase, that's it, only turn 2 and everything's dead. We moved out of combat with the Rubrics. The Hellbrute held steady there. Defiler falling back. Oh, and I forgot, he does regain a wound every turn. So, shablam, he's back up to 3. The other Hellbrute holding still. The Rubrics falling back to make these characters over here the closest targets. Brimstone's running out of combat with them. And the Scarab Occult moving up. Now, I'm trying some cheeky stuff here. So down there, those 2 characters are the closest right now to these guys. But if they both die, then his Warlord over here is actually in 24 inches of a few of the Terminators, and he would be the closest model. So that's kind of my plan here, moving into turn 2. Hopefully this turn goes better for me and the dice cooperate this time, but there's not much left for the dice to cooperate with. So Alright, Thousand Sons turn 2 psychic phase. What went down? This Rubric Sorcerer did smite into the bikes, did 1 wound. The Scarab Occult Sorcerer did smite. He was just an 18 of the Death Jester, putting 1 wound on him. The Aspiring Sorcerer here did smite on the Shadow Seer, killing him, but rolling the double 6. Of course, we all knew that was going to happen. Killing himself and taking down another Rubric with him, so that was great. Good job, guys. And the Brimstones failed to cast, so I think I did about as much damage to me as I did to you there. So that was great. Moving into Thousand Sons, turn 2 shooting. Alright, the Rubric squad here is going to try to light up that Death Jester. Let's see if this works. Tzeentch has betrayed us so far this game. Here we go. We need this. So hitting on... Does he have the... No, he doesn't have the -1. So hitting on 3s. I get no other bonuses. Oh, knocked that one over. And, alright, so we got that many hits. And wounding on 3s. So we get...
6.
Yep. 6 -2s through, but he's got his 4-up invuln.
Takes 5 wounds and...
Oh, they actually did it! Good job, boys. Cut down that character. Cool. These occult are shooting, and they're going to split their fire because the Death Jester died, so now the closest target is the Warlord. So we need to pick up this point. So we're going to put 2 Inferno Bolters, so that's 4 shots into the Warlord. We're going to put the Soul Reaper Cannon into the Warlord, and we're going to put 2 Hellfire Missiles into that Troop Master. So here we go. So the 4 shots into, these are the bolt guns into the Warlord, hitting on 3s. Wow, cool. Man, Tzeentch just hates me today. So 1 hit from that, and wounding on a 3. That is a wound at -2 so far. And then, we're gonna do the Soul Reaper Cannon into him, hitting on 3s. Okay, good. We got 3 hits there from that. This is wounding on 3s.
Strength 7, isn't it?
No. The Soul Reaper Cannon is only strength 5. So that's 3 -3. So far 4. They're all 1 damage, so we're not going to kill him. Opportunity wasted. 4 invuln saves on the Warlord. So he takes 2, and that's 2 damage for that. And then the 2 missiles into the Troop Master. So that's 1 hit, and this does wound on a... Nope, no wounds at all. Wow. Thanks, Tzeentch. Thanks for... I shouldn't be saying that. He's going to curse me even more in my next game now. Oh! So that's not good. This Hellbrute here is going to put his 2 las cannons and crack missile into these bikers here. So the two las cannons first. 2 las cannons. They both hit. All right, cool. And then the crack missile also hits. Awesome. All right, Hellbrute. Here we go. So the 2 las cannons wounded on 3s. Yes, and the last one wounding on... Okay, so we got all the wounds that are going to do D6 damage through onto the bikes with their 4-up invuln save. Come on, baby. Fail them all. Oh, so past 2. D6 damage. 1. I actually killed a bike. And then this Hellbrute's going to fire into that same bike squad. So the 2 las cannons. 1 hit from the las cannon. And... No, just 1 hit from the las cannon and a 3 to wound. Yeah, why not? Just insult to injury in this round of Thousand Sons. Horrible shooting. And that's it. I don't have any other shooting. And we're going into Thousand Sons Assault. Thousand Sons, turn 2 assault phase. I have nothing left to do anything with. So I debated, should I charge the Hellbrutes in? No, the answer is no. I think standing still and overwatching is actually going to be more effective at this point for me. So that's that for Thousand Sons turn 2, moving into Harlequin's turn 3. Alright, Harlequin's turn 3, movement phase. They're making their way down the middle to go and finish off the crippled Thousand Sons force. So the Harlequin troops are moving up the middle, supported by the Troop Masters. The Warlord is moving up here with the 2 wounds done to him. The other Troop Masters over there. These Harlequins are moving down the field this direction. We got some repositioning of the Void Weaver over to this side. Sweeping around with the jet bikes to go into the kill pattern on the Rubric squads back here. And the Solitaire did his advance all the way up to there, so he's 1 inch away from the Rubrics. And then up here on the building, the other Star Weaver securing the objective with a commanding view of the battlefield. And that's the Harlequin's turn 3 movement phase. Harlequin's turn 3 shooting phase. The only thing that really happened, all the other fire was made, these guys fired into the Rubrics, they saved it. There was no wounds done to the Brimstones over there, and all the other fusion guns went into this Hellbrute, blew him sky high, did 9 wounds to him. So going into the Harlequin's turn 3 combat phase for mop-up duty. So after Harlequin's turn 3 charges, over here they basically all made it in. The Rubric squad did no damage in the Overwatch. Over here, unbeknownst to Josh, he forgot that the Defiler has the twin heavy flamer, and it just smoked the whole Harlequin troop. There was 3 left, and just torched them all. They're all gone. And then over here, the Solitaire moved up and got into combat with the Rubrics there, taking 1 wound in Overwatch from that. So we're gonna go into the combat phase for Harlequins on turn 3. So Solitaire is up first. He's coming in with his 8 attacks. Hitting on 2s. All hit.
Strength 5.
So he wounded on 3s.
Good game.
And wow, okay, failed a couple there. So 6.
-2 armor save.
6 minus 2s. And this is going to be it for these guys, I think. So -2 is going to put them down to their 5-up invuln save. No, they don't get +1. They only have a 5-up invuln save.
Yeah, but they get +1 to their armor save. They're only 1 damage.
Oh, they're only 1 damage. So I have a 4-up armor save. All right, cool, cool. Thank you for that. Wow. Okay, that one's a leaner there. Wow, they saved them all. Could this be the resurgence of Tzeentch? I doubt it, but here we go. Moving on to the jet bikes. The jet bikes coming in with Zephyr Glaze did 4 wounds to the Rubrics. -2, 2 damage, so I'm going to lose on my save. So this does put me to 5-up in Volt save. And they all dead. 4 failed saves. There goes the Rubric squad. Bye-bye. All right, Rubrics into the Solitaire. Hitting on 3s. Okay, all right, we'll take that. And wounded on 3s. Wow, okay, so 5 wounds done to the Solitaire. With his 3-up, he takes another one. So he's got 2 wounds left, 3 wounds. 3 wounds left on the Solitaire.
They have 5 wounds. All my characters have 5 wounds apiece.
Cool. All right, Harlequins mopping up in the backfield on their turn 3, consolidating towards the Defiler. Still tied up there with my Rubrics in the with the Solitaire. Wow, this whole side of the board cleared out in 2 turns from the Harlequins, or 3 turns. 3 turns from the Harlequins. Brutal stuff. Can the Thousand Suns recover? Thousand Suns turn 3. Thousand Suns turn 3 movement. Defi moves over, regains a wound, parks himself on the objective, and he's gonna hopefully flame and burn and battle cannon all those guys down. I really think that's asking a lot for Defi, but we'll see what he does. Thousand Suns falling back out of combat from the Solitaire. Hellbrute holding still. Brimstone Horrors moving back. Hopefully they can get a smite off this game. And the Scarab Occult moving forward to get into rapid fire 12-inch range of this Starweaver up on the objective. Hopefully we can take that out too. We need everything to go our way. This is it. If it doesn't go our way, I think this might be all she wrote. Thousand Suns turn 3, Psychics and shooting. Alright, so the Scarab Occult fired all their shots up into the Starweaver here and managed to do 3 wounds to it, and then combined fire from the Hellbrute down here. He split his fire actually. He put the 2 las cannons up here into the Starweaver, destroying it. 1 got through, did 6 damage, exploded it, and it's dead. So that one's gone. And then he split his missile launcher down into these Harlequins here, did 5 shots, and he ended up taking down 2 of them. 3 wounds, and then they failed 2 saves. So 2 of those die. And then the Rubrics here fired everything into the Solitaire and just mowed him down. It was great. Needed that. And then Defi just shining like a star. Finally doing something. What did he do? He put his 2 flamers into the jet bikes there, and he did 5 wounds. He killed 1 of them. Put 2 wounds on the last bike, and then his battle cannon killed 1 of the guys from the squad there, the green and purple dude, and then his Reaper cannon failed to kill the guy with the orange hair that's in his own unit. So overall, pretty dang good shooting phase for the Thousand Suns. We got it. We needed it. Siege finally came through and gave us a good turn, but I don't know if we're gonna be able to pull it out. Moving now into Thousand Suns assault phase. I'm not gonna do any assaults. I'm gonna stay still for now. So going into Harlequins, yeah, I want to do the Overwatch instead with the heavy flamer is just so good. So Defi will do the Overwatch going into Harlequins turn 4. All right, so the movement phase for the Harlequins, they moved up there, advancing, threatening the Brimstones. The Warlord taking the lead here through the valley, moving up to the last bastion of Thousand Suns. The Troopmaster up on the hill, Harlequins moving up, Bikes moving up, another Bike on the back side, sneaking through to the back. And the Starweaver here getting a firing position, moving in for the killing blow on the Thousand Suns. So 3 fusion pistols into Defi. No! Wow, he missed with 2. Okay, great. No. Oh, 1 goes through. He does have his 5-up invulnerable save. Nope, goes through. Damage result. 4 damage. 2 4s were rolled. So 4 damage to Defi. He has suffered 6 of his 14. Another fusion pistol from the Troopmaster is a hit. Is a wound. Invuln save. Nope, that one goes through 2. 4 more damage, so suffered 8 so far. He has 4 left. And this is the Jet Bikes? Jet Bikes into Defi. And he's toughness 7, so you need 5s. Nothing from the Jet Bikes. Other Jet Bike up on the hill into the Defiler. 1 hit, 1 wound, and it's -3, so he gets his invulnerable save, and he fails that too. Why not? So he has 3 wounds left. Starweaver into Defi. 3's to hit. 5's to wound. 1 wound, not enough to kill him, but he does get, is it just normal? So it's a 3-up armor save, and he fails that too. So only 2 wounds left on the Defiler going into Harlequin's charges, turn 4. All right, charges for Harlequin's turn 4. The Lone Troopmaster leading the charge into the fearsome Defiler. Overwatch from the Heavy Flamer. Or the Twin Heavy Flamer, 9 hits, 9 automatic hits, and I wound you on 3s with these. Oh, the savagery, so that is 7 -1s on the Troopmaster so far. Let's see if that's enough to kill him. Oh, geez, he's dead. He failed 5. Just flambés the Troopmaster. That is not good, because now the Defiler can Overwatch again. All right, Troopmaster number 2 stepping up into Defi, the fearsome Twin Flamer. 8 hits with that. Wounding on 3s. So it's 5 saves this time for that Troopmaster. And he takes 2, so he's still alive. But I still have the Reaper Cannon. Hopefully this can finish him off. Nope, they all missed. And the Battle Cannon. 6 shots from the Battle Cannon. And hitting on 6s. Nope. So does he make the charge? Please fail. Please fail. Nope, that'll do it. He's going to make it in with his 7. And finally locks up Defi. Man, that flamethrower was awesome though. So Harlequin's turn 4 charges. Now that Defi was locked down and his Demon Flamer was shut down, all the other Harlequins made it into him. And one can only hope that at this point Defi explodes. So he only has 2 wounds left. And then with the flip belts, they did jump in, tie up the rubrics, and then his Warlord was able to make the charge on the rubrics. And over here, the last troop of Harlequins made it in on the 2 remaining Brimstone Horrors. So going into the Harlequins combat, turn 4. So the Harlequins here attacked Defi, and they did 3 wounds to him. And he failed 2 of his saves, which brings him down to 0, and he might blow up. This is huge. I really want him to blow up, so here's my dice. On a 6, he explodes. No, but I have a command reroll, and I'm going to use it, because I really want Defi to blow up at this point. Ah, no, not today. So Defiler destroyed, dispatched, and that is all the attacks. I'm also going to use my last 2 command points.
Use once per turn.
No, you can use it with stratagem, each stratagem once per turn. Yeah.
Each stratagem.
So I'm going to use it to break in with each phase. So I'm going to break in and I'm going to use the rubrics are going to pile in an attack with my remaining command points. I thought I used them all earlier in the battle, but I forgot that I had 6. So. All right, the rubrics, we're using my last 2 command points. I think we did it right. Are going to break into the order of combat and attack the general here. So hitting on 3s. Well, they're not going to do anything with that. 2 wounds they'll go through. He takes 1. Not so good. So going into the Harlequin, you can attack back with him? Yeah. He's the only one left that can attack. So the Warlord going in to the rubrics.
Plus 1 attack when
Oh yeah, we got to do the brimstones.
2s to hit.
2, so they all hit.
Strength 5.
So 3s to wound.
Rerolling.
bonuses to all your hits.
So 6.
6.
Minus 2.
6 minus 2s, which puts me. They're only 1 damage, so it puts me at a 4. Dang, so 3 go down. Not good day to be a rubric. 1, 2, 3 dead from there.
And then against the brimstones.
And then these troop into the brimstones, hit with a whole bucket load, and wounding on 3s. Oh god, that was terrible. And they're not near the dude, right? So just 4 up invuls. But that was enough to finish him off. Cool, so killed the brimstone horrors off. And that's the, we gotta take Deafy off. And that is the Harlequins.
Maybe run away.
Harlequins. Turn 4 combat. And the bravery test, actually they rolled enough to 1 of the rubrics falls away because the sorcerer's dead and they're only leadership 7. All right, Thousand Suns, turn 4, coming towards the end here. The rubrics fell back out of combat. We're gonna try to get Slay the Warlord from with the Hellbrute shooting, but I really doubt we're gonna be able to pull it out. I mean, he's got, we would have to get this objective. No. I mean, we might kill the Warlord. I mean, pull out the win. We'd have to get this objective, which the Harlequins control. They have this one over here. And the only one I'm really holding is this one back here with the Terminators. They're going to try to shoot down, but they're out of range from most of his army. I might be able to kill these guys right here. But last-ditch effort. We'll see what happens. Thousand Suns, Psychic and Shooting phase. All right, Psychic phase, we measured it up. That Sorcerer from the Occult unit is in range. He's going to do Smite, 2d6, ready to blow myself up. For Tzeentch, nope, just 1 mortal wound, which kills a Harlequin. And then Thousand Suns, turn 4 shooting phase. Hellbrute, everything into the Warlord. Let's do it. So 2 las cannons, hitting on 3s. 1 hit. We're doing the frag missile here. So it's 6 shots. That's good. That's good. Hitting on 3s. So good thing we had 6 shots because can't hit the broadside of a barn. All right, so the las cannon wounds on a 3. Yes, and these wound on 3s as well. Wow, that's a lot of 6s. So 3 normal saves.
I'll do the last cannon first.
Las cannon wounds on 2. Sorry, yeah. Las cannon wound coming in. Saved it on a 6. And we did kill him because he failed the 3 saves. Thank you, frag missile. That is sweet. Slay the Warlord. But it's just not going to be enough. It's not going to be enough. All right. Doing the occult shooting. Hopefully we can finish out this, save a little face, kill out this unit. Occult firing their twin Inferno bolt guns into the Harlequins. Hitting on 3s. And wounding on 3s. So that's 3 wounds so far from that. And they have the Soul Reaper cannon as well in range. That's 2 hits from that. And so that's 2 more wounds from that. And the 2 missiles both miss. So we got 5 saves on 2 Harlequins. And of course, unable to finish them off. That invulnerable save is insane. So that's that. We're going to actually call it here. Josh, it's running late for him. He's got to get home. Good game, sir. You just, I think making some mistakes early on with Magnus. I'm going to learn my lesson now. I haven't actually played him much. But moving forward like that and eating all those Meltaguns was a huge mistake. That coupled with some pretty crazy rolls there in the beginning. It was pretty bad. And the speed and the deadly power of the Harlequins leads to a Harlequin victory here. So, that being said, we always got to do it. Who do you think is the Harlequin MVP unit?
Regular troop, man.
You think the Harlequin troops, they pulled it out? I don't know, you sure of that? I think those bikes, they're still alive. I barely did anything to them.
The troops took out Defi, Magnus, Sorcerer, and your other Dreadnought.
That's true, the troops did work. Those fusion pistols were huge. All right, we'll go. Fusion pistol troop for Harlequin is the MVP. My MVP of the game, I mean, there's not much to choose from here. Pretty poor. I'm gonna go with Defi today. I think Defi made MVP of this game with his twin heavy flamer just mowing down tons of Harlequin. I think he did the most damage to your whole army. So there you go. You have it. Defi and the Harlequin troops are the MVPs. Harlequin victory. We will be back. We will try again, and this next time hopefully with better rolls and better tactics on my part. So thanks Josh. It was a good game. See you next time on LWG.